Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, we're going to actually cover a couple questions that have been asked for a while. One, what is the future of Red Dead Online with the frontier pursuits, the job roles, and are they going to be adding more? Also, to single player, is there going to be a DLC for that anytime soon, along with Undead Nightmare? Because I know a lot of people have been seeing different things they thought that might be, giving clues to it coming out soon. And then also to even properties and just whatever else might be able to come through, whether they're going to be doing things for photography type stuff for people to like to enjoy to do that. And then also even role play, is there going to be an option for, using 5M on PC or even through, the regular console games themselves. So Rockstar actually gave an exclusive interview to VG 24/7, and they kind of really covered a lot of these and let everybody know where their focus is going to be. So we're going to cover that real quick. I'm going to really scale this down, but in the description of this video, there's going to be the full article if you want to read through it. It is pretty lengthy, so I don't want to make a long video just to be making a long video. So let's just go ahead and jump into it real quick. And I guess we're going to go ahead and focus on the part where they kind of talk about the pacing of the updates and on how the progression of the characters are going to be. It says Red Dead Online is an opportunity to try something different, let everyone experience how it is to live in 19th century America. It's going to be a whole lot slower. It's going to be a lot more intimate. Whereas GTA Online was a whole lot more fast paced. They want to slow it down a bit and let players really feel the progression of actually building up their characters. So Rockstar plans to keep adding to the experience from the summer update that we got with the job roles. Adding new features to them, missions, and some surprises they were alluding to. They're quoted saying they don't want the player to feel too overwhelmed too quickly. And they go on to say, we don't want to leave anything behind. We'll continue to look at adding roles in the future, like they've already done with the legendary bounties that they added to the bounty hunter, and just adding little things like they've done new collections of stuff, parts of roles and stuff with the collector they're doing. So like they already said before, the progression of the characters are going to be a whole lot slower. They're not going to have it to where you're, basically homeless, then you have a camp, and then you're, some kind of money tycoon. They have mentioned this a few months back, but they're kind of just, reassuring everybody this is what their goal is. It's going to be a whole lot slower than GTA Online is. So next we'll go ahead and just hit on the topic of properties. I know a lot of people from the beginning was wanting ranches, houses, different types of stuff like that. And Rockstar kind of basically said, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. So right now players are running businesses out of their camps with crypts, as well as developing the camp itself. But the idea at some point when new opportunities that may be too big for the camps, that they will move them outside of that. And then at that point, they'll have multiple kinds of businesses and things like that. But they don't want to introduce the properties at some point too soon. They actually want to wait down the road more to do it. They want players to live like outlaws and, Wild West type stuff. So they don't want to abandon the camp. They want to continue adding expansions to the updates of the camp and stuff like they currently have been doing. Like we've seen with the stew pot, different things like that. They want to kind of stay with the camp for a while. So I don't think property is going to be coming anytime soon, because their plan is to kind of keep, that nomad type thing running around in the Old West. Now, they just hit a little bit on roleplay. They said they want to try to add some of their own roleplay elements into the game. Now, I know there's been kind of different things like that. People have seen that there was a game that was pushed into Australia. It lost its license, but then they ended up getting it licensed for it. A lot of people think that's the PC version. It probably is. So then, in the future, hopefully, might be some time down the road, I would think, that the developers for 5M can make the roleplay options like they currently have for GTA Online. But they didn't really go into it much more than that, but they did say that was something they do want to see in the future. Now, something too they actually mentioned about, future job roles. They kind of were talking about they want to have ones for villains and ones for honorable people, to where eventually maybe a villain can join a gang, or very honorable ones can actually become sheriffs. So they're going to actually do both. They said they want to look at the goods and bads, the pros and cons of having that, because there is place for the griefer type player, but they don't want toxic players, so they have to kind of weigh that out. But there is going to be job roles in the future for villain type people, so that can actually be cool. But that, of course, we all know could be a slippery slope. So I think they're going to probably be, really waiting and take their time to go into that and not rush that as well. Now, they went into, adding into new DLC type stuff, and they were questioned about having types of heists like they did in GTA Online. And they said that's definitely something they want to do. They want to focus more on having the type of players where they play together and build things together currently, like they can do with the trader role. Now, they said that it's not something they really have looked at now. It's an exciting prospect, but they need to take a look at it once they move past this initial stage of the roles and stuff they have rolled out right now. So Currently, it doesn't seem like there's too much in development for that. And then they also too mentioned that, you know, PvP isn't anywhere near as popular as free roam cooperative activities. You know, that means that the co-op additions like heists are much more pressing than in new deathmatch type things. And then PvP will always be there and never forget about it, but they're kind of just putting that on the back burner. I think honestly too, one, that it's kind of lost its luster and stuff because it did so many just hashing matches of, you know, bags, you know, take a bag here, take a bag over there, take a bag. It's like it became boring. It wasn't so much people didn't want to do the PvPs as much, and then on top of that, you know, lag switching and different things like that. I think it kind of has killed, you know, the morale in the PvP matches. And then finally, the things I was wondering about was, you know, map expansions, at least for, you know, the game itself currently, because, you know, we can't go to Guarma and stuff like that, and there has been some out of map glitches and stuff. And Rockstar went and said it's not in the plans right now because there's still too much they could do with the world as it currently is. And, you know, they have touched on it before, but we're building the foundation. So right now, it doesn't seem like there's any plans whatsoever expanding into Guarma. Not that they won't do it. You know, and they said map expansion is not something Rockstar would roll out entirely. However, same goes for zombies, they were saying. So that means, you know, they're not ruling out Undead Nightmare, but it's not something on their forefront. They're not on the forefront on doing DLCs for the single player or even map expansions right now. They're trying to focus on the foundation they've already set. Because they go on to say, you know, obviously we just released Frontier Pursuit, so focusing, building on top of that and expanding the player's experience in the world right now. But, you know, we never say never, so we'll see where the future goes. So I'm sure they're doing some kind of development for Undead Nightmare, because I know at one point they probably would do that, because, I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't. But it's not something that it's going to probably be, you know, very quickly. And I think a lot of the glitches people have seen, and I think we've seen this too with the gun glitches, that there's that underlaying, you know, green color in some of the gun glitches. And I think that's probably their base for all the animations and stuff in the game. And I think that's probably what's showing up through some of the eyes and stuff people have seen throughout the game too. And they did reaffirm with Undead Nightmare that it was incredibly fun for them with the original Red Dead Redemption. And every year on GTA Online, they have fun adding stuff there too. And they go on and say there's many possibilities and opportunities they haven't begun to dig into with it just yet. So it's not ruled out, but it's just not around the corner from what they're saying here. So guys, I think long story short, they're just saying that their focus is Red Dead Online. Their focus is the actual free roam stuff. It's not so much PvP stuff like that, but their whole focus is job roles and getting people into those and getting their characters progressing. So that is going to be their main goal going forward. So like I said, I really compressed this a lot. I don't want to make a 15-minute video. You don't want to watch a 15-minute video of me just talking. So the article is actually, there's a link to it in the description of this video. So guys, hope this helped you out. Hope to kind of just give you a bearing of Red Dead Online is going to be in the future. If it did, I'd appreciate it if you'd like to share this video with your friends. Also to subscribe, click the notification bell, so anytime I have videos come out, you get notified right away. As always guys, I'll catch you next time in the next video.